¿Cómo están? ¿Cómo le están pasando, queridos asociados? ¿Le están pasando bien? Pues ya llevamos una mañana bastante nutrida. Tuvimos a David Sierra, tuvimos a Eric Cooper hablando acerca de la visión 2.0 y tuvimos también ya el reto Isabody que estuvo súper, súper emocionante. Así que toda la mañana bastante bien. Y si tú te perdiste el día de ayer, viernes, pues bueno, no te preocupes porque va a estar en On Demand en los próximos días en esta misma página para que lo vuelvas a vivir con nosotros. Y bueno, hemos llegado a un segmento que a mí me encanta y tengo el gran honor de presentar a un maestro y un coach para mí. Él es una persona que no únicamente ha coachado a gente de todo el mundo, sino también es el coach personal de Jim, Kathy y Eric Cooper. Tengo el gran honor de presentar a una persona que aprecio muchísimo y él es David Good. Adelante, David.
Hola a todos, soy David T.S. Wood aquí en mi casa en Canadá, British Columbia. Gracias por tomarse su tiempo para ver este video. Como muchos de ustedes saben, trabajo en todo el mundo ayudando a personas como ustedes. Las tres claves del éxito son tener el vínculo educado, el momento educado y mentalidad educada. Hoy me enfocaré en la mentalidad. Lamentablemente debo hablar en inglés, lo siento, sorry. Sin embargo, puedes seguir la traducción. Gracias y disfruta. So thank you. Again, I apologize. My Spanish just isn't good enough to conduct a type of training. But I do love the language, I love the people, I love the culture, I love the food, and I'm really very honored to be here. First, I want to thank David Sierra and the entire team, Anna and the rest of the team. Really, you're in incredible hands, and I can't believe 10 years ago we had our first celebration in Mexico. So congratulations to all of you and a happy anniversary, happy 10-year anniversary. For you new people, many of you are brand new, then welcome. I understand because I've trained, I've been in Isogenics for 17 years and I've trained leaders all over the world. So I kind of understand if you're a new person right now watching, what's going on in your mind. First of all, many people when they enter this profession, first off, they don't think of it like a profession. And it's very easy to see why that is, because you're introduced to this often by a friend, and that friend, has a different profession that they are involved in. So it's very hard to sort of take it sometimes seriously. What I want you to understand though, is the highest paid people on the planet are professional network marketers. And the reason for that is because we get paid in direct proportion to the amount of people we can help. So if we introduce this product to someone, every time they eat the product, remember, we don't get paid on people. We get paid a commission for the products that are consumed by the people we introduce. What's beautiful about our profession is it's not, and especially our Isogenics compensation plan, is we get paid on the entire depth of our organization, which means somebody 1,000 levels below you can buy these products and you'll get paid and reimbursed. So it's really, really beautiful, and you're part of a global business. So like I said, my name is David T.S. Wood, and I have been partnered with Jim and Kathy now for almost 17 years. And I'm very, very proud of the work we've done together. I'm very proud on the lives that have been impacted. And I want to help you today understand a little bit about what's going on in here. Because what we think about, we will bring about. And a lot of you, I want you to consider first of all, what is the vision you have for this business. So I want to start by asking you a question. Imagine if over these next 35 minutes, you can learn one thing that can radically change your business or your approach to your business or the success that you have in your business. How many of you could get excited? And just wave your hand. If you can get excited, wave your hand and just tell me, yeah, you could get excited if you could learn just one thing that could transform your business. So thank you. But what if the one thing wasn't just about business? What if the one thing that you learned was really about, your families and your friends and your spouse, your significant other, your lover, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, but the people that you're most intimate with? Imagine what you learned today would help you have more beautiful and deeper relationships with the people you love. How many of you could get excited? Again, wave your hands. Ooh, yeah. How many of you could get excited about learning that one thing? And what I really say is, when I think about success, and I spent a lot of my life, I backpacked around the world for 10 and a half years. I arrived in Canada. I'm British. I arrived in Canada as an immigrant. I was illegal, actually, for the beginning. And I had started with nothing in a foreign country. And so I understand, it was starting with absolute nothing. But what I understood is now I have created incredible success financially. Great health. I have great relationships. Has come from how I fed my mind and the people, the environment that I've chosen to be in. One of the most beautiful parts, if Jim Coover was sitting next to me right now, Jim and I are great friends, and we looked at a few things. If he looked at what he's most proud of from this company, some of you may think it's the products, because the products are life-changing. The before and after photographs are, they're mind-blowing. How, and I'm 60 years of age, and I'm healthier and fitter now than I have been my entire life, but I've been using these products for 16 years. So you may think it's the products. The compensation plan. We have over 341 millionaires. I think the last time I counted, 341 millionaires. And that's crazy. But we have thousands and thousands of people making a part-time income, a small income. And for many of you, just having a small extra income is enough. It's what you're looking for right now. And when you get there, you can see a whole new vision, because this is what I want to talk about, is your vision for your life, right? But we've helped a lot of people create full-time incomes where they've been able to move away from jobs they don't like, or bosses they don't like, or situations they don't like, and they're now doing this full-time. And then we have a lot of people that have created legacy income. And legacy is an interesting word, but legacy income is an income. Remember, everything you build here is something, when you pass away, you can will this, you can pass this on to your children. So that you're building an asset. It's like building something that will continue paying not just you, but paying your children and their children. So it's a beautiful thing. So Jim is not most proud of that, although we have arguably the best compensation plan on the planet. And the reason we know that, in fact, if you would like to listen to a show that I recently did, I have a YouTube channel which I recently started, and it's called My Extra Mile, Conversations with David T.S. Wood. So My Extra Mile. And recently I interviewed a lady called Jessica Regner, who is a millionaire with Isagenix. And I'm going to share a little bit of what she shared with me in a moment when we talk about, when we get onto our next subject. But this particular woman, when I go into the details, you'll understand better, but was an expert in compensation plans prior to joining Isagenix. So she worked in a corporation that analyzed compensation plans for network marketing companies, and she saw and understood that this is the very best compensation plan that she'd ever seen. So even though it's easy for me being inside the company to say, oh, it's the best. But what I love about Jessica is it was so interesting to her that she quit her job, joined Isagenix, and now is a millionaire and multiple six-figure income earner. She made, I think, $600,000 last year. That's US dollars, $600,000. But she, as an expert in compensation plans, she was so intrigued by this. So when I say it's the best, I know from the results I see around the world, but I also now because recently talking to an expert who joined Isagenix because of the compensation plan tells me a lot. But even that's not what Jim's most proud of. What Jim's most proud of is our culture. It's a legacy culture. It's how we treat each other. It doesn't matter if you're in Mexico right now or any part of Central or South America, or you're in Europe or Australia, New Zealand, Canada, wherever it is, you're part of an extended global family. And our culture is one where we help each other. Remember, we get paid direct proportion to how many people we help. The other thing is, leaders, there are no secrets. We want to share with you exactly what we do to create success. So it's not like you have to try and figure it out on your own. We're going to show you exactly what to do, and you're going to see some great trainings at the celebration. This one here, again, I'm going to focus a lot on your mindset, because what we think about, we bring about. What goes on the inside shows up on the outside. So if we're the kind of person who's, angry or, got in a bad mood all the time, or upset, or any of those energies, when we walk out of our door in the morning, because we are projecting anger or upset or intolerance or frustration, what happens is people will see that and they're going to treat us in accordance with how we're behaving. So when we're behaving closed, people around us close. If we're behaving angry, people around us become angry. When we are kind and loving and centered and generous, people around us become kind, loving, centered, and generous. So, what I say is, we do not see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. So in other words, if and that's why this culture, why Jim Coover loves this culture so much, because we say it's like a personal development program. In other words, in order to succeed here, you have to grow. You're going to learn new things. You're going to grow, you're going to expand. Even if right now you have the lowest self-confidence in Mexico right now, or in Central America or South America, you have the lowest self-confidence. You're afraid to talk to people. Imagine in 6 or 12 months, what's going to happen is your muscle, this new muscle of connecting with people will grow. Your confidence will grow. How you show up in the world will grow. And then the money you earn will grow in accordance with that. So there's a great saying that I wrote, which is, my wealth can only grow to the extent I grow myself. So say this with me. I want you to repeat it. My wealth, you can do it in Spanish. My wealth can only grow to the extent I grow myself. So this is really, really important. So when I talk about your vision, I want you to think about the vision for your family. Now, the one thing I know for sure is that I've interviewed literally, I've trained over 1 million people around the world, but I've interviewed tens of thousands of people who are involved in Isagenix. And the vision that most people have is very similar. What people want most is time. Time to be with their family, time to be with their loved ones, time to do the things they love, time to travel, time to just be, to learn something new. And you know that if you have a job right now, when you start driving to work, or by the time you get to work and you do your work and get home, there's very little of the day left where you have energy. Because especially if you're working hard in manual labor, or sometimes you're commuting, you're driving in traffic, If you're out agriculturally, if you're working out long, long hours, it's hard on the body. So when you get home, you're exhausted. And so having quality time with your family is not always possible because of our energy. So we know that most people are looking for more time. The other thing people are looking for is money, because most people don't have time because they're having to go to work and chase money. And there's nothing wrong with going to work. But when we trade time for money, when we go and have a job, and the statistics are horrible, most people, and it's like 80% of people dislike their job. They don't like going to work. So imagine most people who go to work don't enjoy it. They go to work because they have to. They have to provide for their family. And most people, if you have your own business, those of you who are listening who are entrepreneurs, you have your own business, you know you have to wear every hat. You work from early morning till late at night. You're last to get paid. There's no vacation time. Your business becomes consuming. And sadly, again, the stats are about 78% of businesses fail within 5 years. So we know that people want time, we know that they want money, and we know they want choice. They want to be able to choose to do the things they love, to have a quality of life. So if any of those three things, if you agree, just put your hand up, wave at me so I can see you, right? So if you know that any of these three are things that resonate with you, quality time with your family and loved ones, or quality time with yourself, having more money so that you can choose to go and do the things you love, and having the ability to continue to grow as a person and become the best parent, become the best friend, become the best in all areas of your life, is to expand. So we know those are true. So what I want you to start seeing is that, success is very possible with three things, right? There are three elements to success. And I'm going to show you this little thing I drew for you, look. Right? So the three critical areas of success, right? The right vehicle, the right time, the right you. So the right vehicle, right time, right you. And that's so important. We have to find the right vehicle at the right time. And what I want you to sort of understand, and we're going to look at that, is whether this is the right vehicle for you. Because isogenics is not easy, it's simple. And there's a big difference between being easy and simple. This is still work, it's called network marketing. But if you want to have freedom, and you want to have choice, and you want to have time, right? Then, you got to find the right vehicle at the right time, and then you've got to be the right person with the right vehicle at the right time. And so, what I want to do in a moment is I'm going to go through 6 different areas, and hopefully you can, at the end of it, decide whether this is definitely the right vehicle. Now, if you're a leader, you've already chosen, you already know this is the right vehicle for you, then hopefully you're going to stay along with me, because remember, if you can learn one new thing, and it may be a way of training. What I want to do before I start showing people too much about isogenics, I want people to really understand, what it is, and where are they mentally to be able to succeed. Because if you're half in right now, if you don't really believe in this, if you're, you're just going to dabble, you're just going to try it, that's what, if you treat this, like if you treat it like a professional and like a profession, you get paid like a professional. But if you treat it half-assed, you're going to get paid really the same way. So we want to see this for what it is. The opportunity for you to grow and expand and have everything you want is right here. But I don't want to convince you. I want to show you some thoughts and evidence that will hopefully help you move your belief needle so you can understand that this is the right vehicle at the right time, and that over the next 3, 5, 7, 10 years, you are going to become the greatest version of yourself. You're going to expand into the money that you're going to earn. Okay? So, with that being said, so the vision is, I want you to maybe take a moment and just write down the word vision. And, at the end of this training, I'm going to give you some homework. So the first thing I want you to do is really just sit quietly for about 10 minutes and picture your life. Now, for me, when I started, I was a dishwasher. I washed dishes in a restaurant, earning $4 an hour. And this would be back in 1991, 1992, so not too long ago. We're talking about, 28 years ago. And I'd been traveling around the world with a backpack. I had no money. I was broke, right? And I joined this profession. And, I couldn't imagine, I mean, I can show you if you want, it doesn't matter, but I live in the most beautiful place. I have a beautiful home. I've been able to create freedom, time, choice, right? Health, all of the foundations. So from a dishwasher earning $4 an hour, how I thought back then, what was I thinking? What did I think my value was? For me to get paid $4 an hour, I didn't have a mindset that would allow me to earn more than that. But when I joined this profession, people started to ask me to read different books, to learn different things, to understand different things. And with that understanding, I was able to apply myself to the right vehicle at the right time with the right me and create success. So now today, as a multimillionaire, I've been very fortunate, but the reason I'm teaching you is because I want you to have that same success. But you've gotta, don't just join Isogenics. I want you to think of this as a profession and as of you going back to school, let's say, to become a professional. We don't have to go to school, but you're going to be learning new things, new ways of thinking, new actions, so that you can have new things in your life, freedom and choice and time, okay? So, when we talk about that, there's one thing is the vision. So I want you to sit and I want you to write out a vision statement, something that so a picture, but not a great book, just like a small paragraph that tells the story of your life. What does that life look like? What's the vision of your life? And if I look at my vision of my life is to have the freedom to travel anywhere in the world with the people I love, exploring, enjoying, tasting the food, meeting the people, having the culture. So I want to be able to, the freedom to travel everywhere in the world, wherever I want, and first class, not just travel, but in a beautiful way, travel in a beautiful way. I want to contribute. I want to be able to do something meaningful so that each day when I go to sleep, I feel like I've given, I've contributed, so I feel full. I want a heart that's full. I want beautiful relationships, really honest and open and transparent with friends where we can sit around here and eat great food and share, and that connection with families, having quality time with my family. So when I look at my life, that's a rough vision. I haven't got it written down, but I want you to think about that. If you want to encapsulate your life as a vision statement, what's that vision statement look like? The second portion is why. Why do you want to do it? Because your why has to be bigger than the obstacles you're about to face. And let me give you an example. Look, if you had an obstacle, and I hope that's translating, if you had a challenge, and let's say the challenge is a level 5 challenge. So out of 10, from 0 to 10, the challenge you're facing is a level 5. Now imagine that you're a level 2 person. So you're a level 2 person, you have a level 5 problem. Is that a big problem or is that a little problem? It's a big problem because you're a level 2 person, right? But what happens if you're a level 4 person with a level 5 challenge problem, right? It's a smaller problem because you're a bigger person. It's still a problem, but it's not such if you're a level 2, but if you're a level 4, it's a small problem. What happens though if you're a level 6 person? Big problem, small problem. The problem hasn't changed. The only thing that's changed is you've grown bigger than the problem. So this is now a small problem. What happens if you're a level 10 person? No problem at all. No, or level 9 person, no problem, doesn't exist. So the problems or challenges never change, right? It's our ability to grow bigger than the challenges and problems that we have. But in the beginning, they're going to feel like big problems, big challenges. And there's a lot of things you're going to have to learn. But they're simple things. And we talk about, 9 basic skills, right? And I've written this for you as well, right? But if you look at the 9 basic skills that you have to master in order to have time freedom, financial freedom, and financial freedom, I mean, obviously that's if we look at that as a term, choice, having choice, let's say. But financial freedom is something that, takes time, it takes commitment, it takes conversations, just to say that, right? But if you want those things, then there's these 9 skills. To be able to find people, to be able to invite people, to be able to present isogenics. And remember, we use duplication, so we use tools a lot. To be able to follow up, to be able to ask someone more than once, because most of the successful people in our company said no many, many times. And here they are today. They're millionaires in isogenics, but they said no 20 or 30 or 40 times. So we have to follow up. We have to be able to close. We have to be able to go from showing someone to getting them to getting them to buy the products. We have to be able to start them properly. So that's a skill set. Promoting events, be able to cast the vision, and then learn about social media. If we have social media, learn about social media. So these are sort of the basic skills. Now, of course, we have to have the mindset alongside of these skills. But if we want to be really successful, this is what we have to learn, right? And we have ways of learning each of these. They're not hard to learn, but it's like a new muscle for some of you, okay? So those 9 basic skills is there's still going to be a challenge for you. So you got to understand why you want to do this. And your why wants to be bigger than these challenges. So, for example, I'll give you an example. So one of our leaders, Susan Sly, you may know of her. She's Canadian. She lives in the U.S. now. Her first initial why was to be able to afford to send her son, who had some learning disabilities, to send him to a special school. So that's what drove her. She didn't have enough money. She was broke. So her why that got her out of bed and got her committed to learning these things and got her committed. Now, by the way, Susan has made, I think, $22 million in isogenics. But back then, she was broke. She didn't have the confidence. She was living in her brother's apartment, sleeping on the couch. And she wanted to put her son into a special school, and that cost some money. So that's what drove her. Once she earned enough money to put him into that special school, she then wanted to retire her husband. Her husband had a job that was very stressful. He was an accountant in a very, very busy firm. So he wasn't very happy. So once she did the first why, her second why was to help her husband retire, which she did. But that drove her. And then her why changed. So the why in the beginning could just be money. I just need to earn some money. That's enough. But as long as it's going to keep you going, because you're going to want to quit. Every single person that joins our profession wants to quit at some point. Our top leaders have thought about quitting in the beginning, because in the beginning it's all new. And you're going to be a disaster in our company before you're a master. You're going to be bad at things before you become good at things. Things are going to be hard before they become easy. But what a lot of people do is when it becomes hard in the beginning, they think about quitting, and some people do quit. And the shame is that we've got these 9 skills that they can learn and master to become successful. And if you don't take the time to learn to master these, and for some of you it will take a year or 2 or 3 years to become really good at what we're doing. And once you're really good, your income will start to grow and increase. So it's really, really important to have a why. And, that can be your family. It can be, retiring your spouse. It can be, another friend of mine, Peter Kelly, Eric Hoover's wife. She joined our company because her mother had worked so hard. She wanted to earn enough money to be able to buy her mother a house, which she's done. Now her mother was not, because her mother was stressed financially. So everyone has a different why, but it's important, it's critical that you have a why, and those moments when you are thinking about quitting, that you decide not to quit, right? Now, before we go into this last piece I want to teach you, which is going to take a little bit longer, I want to talk about the process of manifestation. The process of manifestation, right? So, when we look at this, we look at the T stands for thoughts. What I think about. Everything comes down to how you think. If you're having great thoughts, you feel great. So thoughts lead to feelings. Thoughts lead to feelings. So when I have great thoughts, I feel great. When I feel great, see this is action. I take great actions when I'm feeling great. And the R stands for results. So results is where when we start thinking about the results you want, which is either more money, more time, more friendships, a healthier body, whatever the result is going to come by the actions that we take, by the actions we take. If we're taking crappy actions, we're going to have crappy results, right? So our thoughts lead to our feelings, lead to our actions, which lead to our results, okay? Now, our thoughts and feelings are in the inside of our body. So this is why I said it's so important what we think about. Our thoughts and feelings are on the inside of our body. The action is on the outside, right? And the action is the bridge to the results. So if you want more money in your life, if you want greater relationships in your life, that's a result. And I always say the results, we get immediate feedback from the universe with results, right? Because results never lie. If you look into the bank and there's no money, that's a result. If you look into the bank and there's lots of money, that's a result, right? If you look in the mirror and you're naked and you don't like your body, the result is you don't like your body, right? So results never lie. But when we understand the results are a combination of the actions we take, right? Compounded. So if we take actions every single day, right? If we eat donuts every single day, 3 times a day, over 5 years, the result is we're going to be overweight or obese, right? But the feeling comes back from our thoughts. Now the E is what's most important. Environment. Environment is stronger than willpower. So when you're in this environment, you get to train with us and be a part of our team. We're on the same team. I'm on your team. Our environment, and that's why Jim Coover loves this culture so much. Environment leads to thoughts, leads to feelings, leads to the actions we'll take, which leads to our result. So the environment we're in right now is the learning environment. I want to give you some things to think about to help you feel right so you'll take the right actions to get the results that you're looking for, okay? So to say that, there's, I like to talk about, when we believe, we're believable. So this last piece that I really want to leave you with is talking about the six areas of belief. And with the 6 areas of belief, we'll go through them slowly. I want you to understand that it's your job is to understand that your belief in something is up to you, right? So a lot of people who join our profession don't believe in network marketing, for example. And because of that, when they talk to people, they don't look like they believe. They're kind of like half in, right? And so it's important for us to have a strong belief system. If we believe in something, right, then when we speak to people, they're going to feel the belief. So we want to make sure that our inside, our thoughts and feelings are in alignment or congruent with the results we want. So if you want freedom and time and choice, then how you're thinking about this profession is really important. So the 6 areas of belief. The first one is the products. And obviously, if you've been using the products, and I've been on these products now for like almost 18 years, because I used them for a year before I ever joined Jim and Kathy. And I had an experience recently which really taught me something. I went to Greece for a month in July, so this is during COVID. what I didn't know was when I lost my bags. My bags didn't make it to Greece, so I end up in Greece for an entire month with no clothes and no Isagenix products. And I always take one suitcase with Isagenix products and the blender wherever I go in the world, because I know my body's been using these products for 17 years. So I end up for one entire month in Greece without my products. And after a month, I felt awful. I can't describe how bad I felt. And I put on 24 pounds. 24 pounds. Now you can see I'm quite a slim person, but I came back with a big belly. You know, it was terrible. And I didn't feel good. So I carry these products all over the world. When I actually climbed Kilimanjaro, I led a team of 11 people up Kilimanjaro, which is the highest mountain in Africa, 19,374 feet. And I carried a suitcase of Isagenix products at the top, the roof of Africa, because I believe in these products so much. So, and you know, and you could see the results. So your belief in these products is important, but this is the easiest belief to have 10 out of 10. And what we want to do is we want to move our belief, first of all, identify it. So what are you? Are you a 5 out of 10, a 7 out of 10, or a 10 out of 10? Unshakable belief is very important, because what happens with unshakable belief is people can feel it inside of you that you believe. So when you speak, even if you say the wrong thing, they're going to feel that you're really congruent and truthful, and they can feel your passion that comes out. Look at my eyes. I believe in these products. I have a 10 out of 10 unshakable belief. I carry them all over the world. And my pantry reflects that. I could show you my pantry. It's full of the Isagenix products. So the number one, belief in the products. Number two, belief in the company. Now, Jim and Kathy and Eric Hoover are remarkable people. When I decided to hitch my wagon to their wagon, when I decided to join them, the reason I joined them is because of who they are as people, how they treat each other, how Jim and Kathy treat their son Eric, how Eric treats their parents, everything about them, the vision of the company, the passion. I mean, Kathy, 18 years later, is working as hard today because she's so passionate about people, about helping you succeed. So she's working as hard today. So belief in the company is really important. So if you haven't yet thought about it, maybe go online and read about the Cougars, or watch the videos and listen to them. Or if you've seen them at events, making sure that you're in charge of your belief needle, so up to a 10, unshakable belief in the company, because you want to make sure that Isagenix is the right company that as I say, you're going to lean your ladder against their wall. You want to make sure they're the right company for you. And that, for me, there is no other company on the planet that's being run with the same passion and heart. And there's a private company. Watching Eric, the only son of the owners, how passionate he is about every single person in the company around the world. So for me, I'm unshakable, and you want to make sure that you choose. Yes, Isagenix is the company where I'm going to create my legacy, my freedom, and my choice, and my financial freedom. So the third one is belief in the compensation plan. Now, like I said to you, 341 millionaires. When I go around the world and I ask, raise up your hand if you've made any money with Isagenix, almost every single hand goes up. And so the compensation plan is remarkable, and the results are remarkable. And I mean, we have people who have made extraordinary amounts of money, including in Mexico. I mean, you look at some of the incomes there, it's remarkable. But most people don't come into the Isagenix for the big money. They come in for a little amount of money, and that's where you're going to start. Set your vision, whether it's 500, whether it's 1,000, whether it's 2,000 a month, and you're going to build. Once you get there, you can see the picture of the big. What I said to you, though, is with Jessica, when you have a professional corporate executive for a company that studies compensation plans, and you see her say, of all the compensation plans, there's nothing like this, and she left her corporate position where she was making multiple six figures a year, highly paid, left a conventional business to join Isagenix because of the compensation plan. So it's remarkable. So again, your belief in the compensation plan is so important. And if you haven't made any money yet, talk to some people who have. Go online, go in the back office and listen to some of the success stories, and you're going to start to understand, wow. But you've also got to understand the difference between what you're doing, most of you, which is working for money, or leveraging. So, residual income. So if you look at the three types of income: working income, where we trade time for money; residual income, where we do the work once and we get paid over and over and over again; and passive income, where our money's invested and our money makes money. Most of us never learn about the other incomes. But having a compensation plan where we get paid, right? We get paid in accordance to the amount of people we help, and we can leverage. In other words, we not only get paid on our work, we get paid on everyone else's work. So imagine that, you work 12 hours a day right now. That's hard. But imagine that you had 12 people working 1 hour a day. 12 hours of work, but you're working one and 11 other people are working one. That's 12 hours. That's the beauty of leverage. So again, get yourself into the area of belief, unshakable belief with the compensation plan. The next one is a big one. So we've done products, the company, the compensation plan. Next one is the profession of network marketing. Personally, I have never met anyone happier, more generous, kinder, more passionate, more fun, wealthier, more adventurous than professional network marketers. We live in a world where we're always, sharing great things. We're having great conversations. We're reading great books. We're learning new ways of seeing the world. So it's a very beautiful group of people. But the profession itself, some people don't understand it. And they've been taught by their parents and their teachers that you have to work hard for money. Now, if you believe that you have to work hard for money, guess what you're going to do for the rest of your life? You're going to work hard for money. Now, when we work smart for money, it means that if we can, use a product, fall in love with the product, believe in the product, and then share it because we believe in it with people. And when they eat the product, we get paid. And everyone they share with, we get paid. So in other words, we can truly create freedom. But the profession to me is, there are some not so great companies, like every profession. But when I've been around Jim and Kathy now for the last 17 years, and I've watched the journey of the leaders, I've watched when they join our company and who they become 10 years later, 15 years later. And it's remarkable. It's remarkable who these people have become. Their confidence, their passion, their relationships, their contribution. You think about how many people in our company contribute money to help people around the world who are in need. It's remarkable. So it truly is a beautiful profession. And so becoming unshakable in our belief with the profession. And, if there's some people may say things to you like, because they don't understand it, they may make you feel bad. One of the tips I want to give you, I tell this to all my students. When someone is making you feel bad about your choices, ask yourself, are they really wealthy and are they really happy? Because if they're really wealthy, like I am, if someone comes up to me and shares something, I'm not going to squash their dreams. I'm not going to make them feel bad. I'm going to be, because I'm a good person, I'm going to say, hey, congratulations. I'm glad you found something. Good luck. It's not for me, but good luck. Keep going. Never quit. If you need any help, ask. That's what a wealthy, happy person does. But most of the people that will make you feel bad are broke and unhappy. They're unhappy with their life, so they project onto you their unhappiness. They're broke, so they don't want you to be successful. So again, this profession is so cool because in order to succeed, we have to grow into the best version of ourselves, the most authentic version of ourselves, the kindest version of ourselves, the most giving version of ourselves, all right? And so, our income grows in accordance with that. So it's beautiful. And Isagenix has the coolest culture on the planet. I'm on your team. Jim and Kathy are on your team. And we're going to do everything we can to help you. Everything we can. We're going to, no secrets, all right? Now, I'm going to wrap this up in a moment here. But the last two beliefs is belief in yourself and belief in yourself becoming a professional network marketer. So of the six, right? The products, the compensation plan, the profession of, the products, the compensation plan, the profession of network marketing, okay? The company, and of course, belief in self, and belief in self becoming a network marketer. Belief in self is a moving target because some days you wake up and you don't feel great. So before a lot of the network marketers joined Isagenix, before a lot of people joined Isagenix, some of them would say they'd have a bad week or a bad month, or someone said to me the other day they had a bad year. I'm thinking, how do you have a bad year? But what happens is as you start to grow in this belief in self, because so much of our success is about growing ourselves, the belief in yourself will grow as well, because you're in an environment. Remember the thing, right? The environment leads to great environment, great thoughts, great feelings, great actions, great results. This is so critical. So what's going to happen is belief in self will grow as we keep doing more work, we keep reading more books, and as our success grows, that will happen. But belief in self becoming a network marketer, you can do that today. It's just you sitting there, and if you look at all the different stories of all the leaders around the world, you're going to see that there's people just like you. Your background, your education or lack of education, your confidence level, right? Your family style, right? Everything, your body type. There's so much evidence to show you that anyone from any background, any education level, any ethnicity, anything, even if you've been in trouble with the police or you've been to jail, you can still succeed here. So belief in self becoming a network marketer is something you can sit down and say, I believe I can do this. And I'm going to dedicate the next 3, 5, 7, 10 years, because this isn't get rich quick. This is you growing into the greatest version of yourself. Greatest version of yourself. So again, belief in the belief in the products, belief in the company, belief in the compensation plan, belief in the profession, belief in self. That's a moving target. You're going to have good days and bad days. You may wake up tomorrow and feel shitty, and you're going to have not such a good day. That's okay. The day after that, you can re-choose. In fact, I have a saying right here up on my wall. It says, it's never too late. You see up there? Right there. Right there, right? It's never too late to start the day over. Never too late to start the day over. So that's beautiful. But belief in self, becoming a professional network marketer, that's something when you sit and you write your vision statement, which you're going to do. When you sit and write your why are you doing this? That's going to be bigger than your obstacles. And then the 6 areas of belief, I want you to rate yourself. 0 is no belief. 10 is unshakable belief. Where you're at in the products, in the company, the compensation plan, the profession, belief in self, and belief in self becoming a network marketer. Now, if any of those are not a 10, now belief in self doesn't have to be a 10, because that belief will grow as you grow. But the other 5, then I want you to take responsibility for that. What are you going to do to move that needle? Because if you start talking to people and you don't even believe in this, it's going to be much, much harder. All right? So again, I want you to do that homework and then decide how you want to move that needle, okay? Now remember, if you're part-time, look at this, 15 hours a week, 1 Saturday a month, and 1 weekend a quarter is how, if you look at time, if you were able to give 15 hours a week, 1 Saturday a month, 1 weekend a quarter, you can grow a dynasty. Most people start this super part-time. And I want to leave you with this quote. Nothing has meaning except the meaning I give it. All right? Remember, what you think about, so nothing has meaning except the meaning I give it. Right? You're in control of this. The right vehicle, right time, right you. But this mindset, what are you thinking? What are you believing? And what meaning are you giving this? What meaning do you give network marketing? What meaning do you give isogenics? You're in charge of this. You control how, the meaning you give things, right? Nothing has meaning except the meaning I give it. So you are so powerful. And with you're in the right vehicle at the right time, right? We are there to help you become the right you to have the success you want. So thank you for listening. I do appreciate it. I know it's in English and I apologize for that. And I look forward to training with you again. Remember, this is a beautiful journey. Who you're going to become, the legacy you're going to leave, the way you'll grow will inspire your children, your grandchildren, your nephews and your nieces. And, and you can have it all. You can have choice. You can have freedom. You can have money, contribution. In other words, you can give more to your charities, right? And more fun and more love. So with that being said, gracias para todo. Ciao.